What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. Today's episode, we're going to discuss becoming a high-performance man. 5 strategies for massive success in your life. Becoming a high-performance man, 5 strategies for massive success in your life. Okay, guys, one thing that I want to bring up before we get into the 5 success strategies and how you actually become a high performance man is I want to talk a little bit about success, right? Because success leaves clues. The most successful people in the world usually do the same things. Okay. It's not rocket science. Success leaves clues. So everything that I'm about to share with you inside this podcast comes from me working with countless people making 6 figures plus, countless people making 7 figures plus, countless people making 8 and 9 figures plus. Those are the realm of my clients. I've also myself built a multi-6-figure company. I know what it's like to go from absolutely nothing in the world, nothing, literally drug addict, criminal, crashing cars, in a cell, complete fucking loser, to the man that I am today, the husband I am today, the father that I am today with a multi-6-figure online coaching business and a great body and a great family. Like, I know I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you success leaves clues. Today, I want to share with you the 5 strategies for massive success that you can implement in your life right now to become a high performance man. Okay. Let me try this again on TikTok. Okay, there we go. Now, number 1, the very first strategy for massive success is tuning your frequency. Okay. You need to tune into the frequency at which attracts what you want. Okay, the most successful people in the world on a daily basis tune into the frequency that attracts what they want most in their life. Okay, now what does this mean? Right? If you know anything about frequencies, at every moment, you as a human being are vibrating at a certain frequency. Okay, whether that frequency is of happiness, positivity, massive success, abundance, prosperity, and love, or if that frequency is doubt, anxiety, fear, impatience, limiting beliefs, whatever it is, okay? Those frequencies that you're currently vibrating at attract things at the same frequency, okay? Let me give you an example. If you're constantly like in the market right now with the market sentiment, everything that's going on in the real estate industry, in the stock market and everything, everybody's afraid, the crypto market's crashed. The market sentiment and the vibration of most people is fear, scarcity, save, don't spend extra money, don't invest anything because you never know where you're going to get your next piece of business from, right? Those beliefs and that frequency is going to only attract more of that fear. It's only going to attract more scarcity. It's only going to attract more of what you don't want, okay? The frequency of massive abundance, the people who are constantly tuning in and choosing every single day to live at the frequency of abundance and prosperity and love and hope and massive action, those people that are tuned into that frequency attract the opportunities and generate more of what they want, okay? Every single day, you need a strategy to tune into the frequency that you want to attract. And if you can't tune into that frequency, the world is going to tune you into a frequency that it wants, okay? Every single day, the circumstances that surround you, the things that happen to you, the relationships that you have, the people that are around you are going to set your frequency for you if you don't choose which frequency you live at. Okay, I want to make that very, very, very clear. In this moment right now, I'm vibrating at a high frequency. In this moment right now, I want you to gauge your life in every single area, everything that you have going on, all of your stresses, all of the positive things that are going on, your health, your relationships, your motivations, your negativity, anything that's going on in your brain. I want you to ask yourself, what frequency am I vibrating at? Like, truly, did I choose my frequency today? Was I able to tap into the frequency of massive abundance, success, wealth, prosperity, happiness, love, peace, inner peace, belonging, self-worth? Or did my external circumstance choose the frequency for me today? Because most people live at a frequency that is set for them. The first strategy for massive success in becoming a high performance man is tuning into the right frequency every single day. That's number one. Number two is long-term thinking. I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to tell you a story about good old Jeffrey Bezos. Okay. Good old Jeff Bezos. In 94, Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world on paper that we know about, because Putin probably has more money, let's be honest. But the richest man in the world that we know about, I think maybe it's Elon Musk at this moment, but whatever. Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men in the world in 94 during the dot-com boom, was imagining and visualizing and thinking about creating the everything store, where every single thing that you want to buy was sold and bought online. Everyone in 94 thought he was crazy. Every single person in 1994 thought Jeff Bezos was crazy because he wanted to not only sell books online, he wanted to sell TVs. He wanted to sell clothes. He wanted to sell books. He wanted to sell articles. He wanted to sell cups. He wanted to sell everything, right? Everyone thought he was crazy. But one of the key principles that I have found in studying and working with some really high level successful men is that they're constantly planning their next 5 moves, their next 10 moves, their next 20 moves. They're constantly thinking ahead. They're living their lives according to long-term thinking, right? Most men think short-term pleasure, right? Eating junk food, right? Cheating on your spouse, right? Drinking alcohol too much, smoking weed too much, sleeping in too much, getting fat, getting lazy, letting yourself go, being proud of having a fucking dad bod, right? Most men have short-term thinking. If you want to reach the next level of life as a man, if you want to become a high performance man truly, if you truly want to achieve massive success in every area, you need to think long-term. And the reason why you need to think long-term is because thinking long-term adds weight to your decisions, right? If every single day and every single moment, you're just making decisions based on what feels good in the moment, you're going to make some really fucking shitty decisions. You're going to make some really shitty decisions. And the reason why is because your decisions have no weight, right? Like I said, I'll bring some of them back up. Drinking too much, cheating on your spouse, doing dumb shit, whatever it is. Those are usually made from short-term thinking, okay? In order to become the next level successful man that you want, you need to develop the ability to think long-term. That's number 2. Number 3 is time management, right? And so many people talk about time management, and I don't want to touch base on it for too long because it's overdone. But by time management, what I specifically mean is being able to master time blocking, right? Meaning at certain hours of the day, you're doing certain things. It's really that simple, right? The most successful people in the world are the most predictable people. At 5 a.m. to 5:30, they're doing this. At 5:30 to 6, they're doing this. At 6 to 6:30, they're doing this. All day, they're doing XYZ things that are all time blocked out and all hyper productive. The most successful people in the world time block, and they're very serious about their time blocks, and they do not alter and vary those time blocks because they work. Remember, guys, success leaves clues. Time management comes down to time blocking. Now, the best way that I've found and the way that I teach my clients to time block is by setting a specific amount of time to achieve a task, right? To achieve a certain goal, to finish a task, to complete a presentation, to complete a blog post, to complete a content, complete a lesson plan if you're a teacher, whatever it is, right? Set a certain amount of time aside, whether that's an hour, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And what you're going to do is you're going to set a timer on your phone. You're going to turn your phone on airplane mode. You're going to turn that timer on, and you're going to put it in your peripheral vision and not stop working until either the timer goes off or the task is complete. Until the timer goes off or the task is complete. If you don't finish the task in time, then you select another amount of time to set the timer for. And you take action and you don't stop until the task is done. That's how I complete posts. That's how I plan for these podcasts. That's how I do the work for my clients. That's how I do absolutely everything. Everything must be time blocked. Number four is get your health in check, right? Get your health in check. And honestly, like if you're watching this right now, you're most likely, I would hope, working on some fitness goals, right? If you're not, we can talk, right? And this podcast is not meant to be a direct promotion for my evolved program, but your health, let me rephrase what I'm about to say right now. Okay. Your business, your life, the state of your finances, the state of your relationships, the state of your mind are all a direct representation of the way you treat your body. Okay. Everything in your life is a direct representation of the way you treat your body. If you treat your body like shit, you're going to feel like shit. And if you feel like shit, you're not going to be able to take action the way that you want to. You're not going to have the energy that you need to stay committed and do everything that you're supposed to do, and then go home and still have energy to play with your kids and still have energy to put actual effort into your spouse or partner. You're not going to have energy, right? On top of that, if your health isn't in check, you're not going to be self-confident. You're not going to feel powerful. You're not going to have that sense of swagger that comes along with being a healthy and fit, powerful male, right? Why would anyone not want that? Right? And like I said, if you watched episode 2 of this podcast, you know that most people that say they don't want to be healthy and fit and ripped and lean and muscular, they're fucking lying to themselves. So stop lying to yourself, right? Seriously, guys, your health must be in check. Your business, your family, your relationships, your mindset, everything is a direct representation of how you take care of yourself, how you show up for yourself. You can only attract that which you are. So in order to attract more, you must become more. Get your health in check. Number 5 is growth mindset. Okay. And by growth mindset, what I mean is understanding that you can learn anything. I can't tell you how many times I've had a client come into my program and say, I can't figure this app out. I can't cook this food. I don't know how to cook. Or be like, it's really hard for me to think of my visions for my life. I've never thought about it that way. Dude, learn it. Growth mindset is about knowing for a fact that whatever you put your mind to, you can learn. Whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve. Whatever you don't know, you can ultimately know. Through action, through work, through putting in the time, through putting in the reps, through making sure that every single day you're focused on getting better, right? That's what the growth mindset is. What's up, Kristen? How you doing? Right? That's what the growth mindset is. You got to understand that anything that you want to learn in life, anything that you want to achieve, you have the ability to achieve it. You have the ability to learn. You have the ability to grow. The opposite of a growth mindset is what most people have, and it's what's called a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset essentially means that your predetermined beliefs of yourself hold you back from ever trying to do anything differently. Okay. So people that are just like, I'm big boned, so they don't try to get in shape. I know someone who's said that shit to you before, because I've heard it a million times. When people say, I'm big boned, my family's big boned, we got big bones. It's like, dude, big bones have nothing to do with the fact that you eat fried chicken 4 times a week, right? It doesn't. Okay. That's a fixed mindset. It's the same thing with people who are too afraid to start their own business. Right? If you're a man watching this right now and you're working a 9-to-5 job and you have not yet started a side hustle to make more money and more income for your family, you may right now have a fixed mindset. The fixed mindset is, well, my dad was a welder, so I'm going to be a welder. Or it's like, well, my uncle told me that what I should do is I should go to school and I should go to get a business degree and then work for a company and be an accountant and not try to build my own business. So I'm just going to do that. It's a fixed mindset, right? Growth-minded people look at what everyone else is doing and take all the examples from their uncles and parents and all the people that are recommending stuff to them that they may not even want to trade places with. They take it all with a grain of salt and they say, what do I want to do? Truly, what do I want to do with my life? And if it's completely against the grain of everything that's in your family, if no one's ever made 6 figures, ever made 7 figures, ever been in shape, ever, never had a hot wife, you know what I mean? All just been married to nasty people, you know what I mean? You need to go against the grain and understand that growth mindset is going to take you there. You can literally do anything. And I know I sound like a teacher telling kids in grade 2 and 3 that you can do anything, but this is honestly something that men need to hear more. It's that you can literally do anything. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 20, doesn't matter if you're 30, doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. It doesn't matter. You can do anything. You just have to have the mindset to where you believe that you can learn new skills, the mindset to where you believe that you can acquire new knowledge and implement that knowledge and take action that yields results. That's what the growth mindset is. So guys, the 5 strategies for massive success in becoming a high performance man are as follows. Number 1, tune your frequency every single day. You need to tap in to the frequency that you want to live at. If you don't have a morning routine, a way to put yourself into a high frequency state that attracts abundance, that attracts positivity, that doesn't let the little shit phase you, that keeps the stress at bay, that keeps the anxiety at bay. That's the very first thing that you need to develop. That's the very first strategy. Okay, is tuning into the right frequencies on a daily basis. Number 2 is to develop long-term thinking. Okay, we need to our decisions, especially as men, guys, like I've seen so many men destroy their relationships, destroy their lives based on short-term pleasures. Again, I always bring it up, the cheating, the drugs, the drinking, the bullshit that men do, right? Men do it more than women. Like, let's just be honest, okay? All of those decisions for short-term pleasure, short-term gain are all at a cost of long-term pleasure and long-term gain. You've got to think like successful people. Successful people think 10, 15, 20 moves ahead, period. Number 3 is time management. You've got to manage your time through time blocking. If you're noticing that you're working and then you're not really getting everything done and you're not really like achieving what you're supposed to be achieving, and you're not being truly productive, it's because you're not time blocking properly. You don't have a strategy to actually get stuff done. So we've got to time the time blocks. We've got to take intentional action while we're time blocking, and we've got to set measurable targets for what we need to achieve on a daily basis. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4 is to get your health in check. That one's really, really simple. If you want to learn more about how I help men get in better shape physically and mentally so that they can dominate every area of their lives and truly be happy, positive, passionate, purposeful people, then send me a message on Instagram, Taj_Howell. Okay. Number 5 is growth mindset, right? And this is the final one, because men, you've got to know you deserve more. You were made for more. You're supposed to have more. Your family deserves more. You are doing yourself and everyone around you a disservice by not growing every single day. Read more, listen to more podcasts, come to more of these live streams. Guys, I've finally anchored in, by the way. And if you're listening to the podcast, I guess you don't really need to know this, but I finally, after 3 weeks of doing this podcast, have anchored in a specific time for this podcast, 3 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. We're increasing the frequency. We're doing this Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be live on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, my Facebook group, everywhere for this podcast. So mark your calendars. If you want to be here with me live for the discussion, then mark your calendars, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 12 p.m. Pacific. Monday through Friday, we're going live for Unstoppable. I hope you guys had I hope you guys got something, at least a little nugget out of this podcast. I wish you all the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.